Hey, it's your old buddy Bob, still having fun. Today we're at the Caribbean Beach Resort, one of my favorite resorts at Walt Disney World. We're going to take a walk around. There's a lot of things about this place I love. The biggest probably is the fact that it's right on the Skyliner. You can go to both Hollywood Studios and Epcot in a matter of minutes as opposed to waiting for those buses, which is, in my opinion, getting to be problematic. I mean, it's taken a while to get a bus. It's taken me 45 minutes to get from Disney Springs back here to the resort. That's a long time for a short drive. But anyway, Skyliner, it's right here at Caribbean. One of the reasons why I love the tropical setting. We're going to walk around. I'll show you why. Our tour is going to start by walking through Old Port Royal. It's the main lobby. It's where they drop you off with your luggage. And the really neat thing about walking into the lobby area here at Old Port Royal is every morning they have basically a meet and greet by the cast members, which is a lot of fun. And oftentimes there are characters here as well. Now, on this particular morning, Chip and Dale were on hand signing autographs and doing a meet and greet with the visitors and the young children. Having fun. Those autograph books, those are keepsakes. I have found the staff here to be extremely friendly. Answer pretty much any question. And aside from Chip and Dale that morning, there was also one of Donald's favorite people. Daisy Duck was there. She's such a beauty. Now we're going to take a walk around the amenities. You've got the food court, which has changed quite a bit from when we first started coming to the Caribbean Resort. You have the Calypso Trading Post. As all the resorts do, they have themed shopping area for the residents that are staying. Of course, it was the holiday time of year. Some of these stores in the resorts are bigger than others. I'd put the Caribbean right around in the middle. Plenty of souvenirs. Of course, many of these items can be found over at Disney Springs as well, although Disney Springs tends to have a larger selection, much larger selection. But you can pick up refreshments and snacks, medications, and souvenir toys, and goodies, and pins. Everywhere you look, there are pins. These are the magic bands. The Disney pins. An industry all unto itself. So let's walk out to the food court area. There's also an area where you can go pretty much any day or week and pick up some snacks. You've got some hot pizza, you've got ice cream treats, you have plenty of pastries. The Mickey cinnamon rolls, refreshments, yogurts, pretty much anything to fit any of your dietary needs. Now the food court area, from when we first started going to the Caribbean, you used to be able to go up and order at each individual window. Now they have one general window for all food pickup. And all of these facades here represented the different areas of the Caribbean and the different foods. As I said, now it's all rolled into one. And they covered up many of the facades, and they had balconies. It was really cool. My preference every morning is the Mickey waffles with the scrambled eggs and sausage. It's a very colorful area, plenty of places to sit inside and out. It's not the largest food court of the resorts, but as I said, it's good size. So now we'll take a stroll outside, show you the grounds. Now this is kind of cool. You've got the fountain out here. It's a great photo spot. And look who's playing ping pong. I believe that's Dale. That's a great photo. I'm going to take you inside the pool area. This is one of the better pools for the youngsters. Very well themed. Very much the Pirates theme. Reminiscent of something you'd see going on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Got the pool for the kids and adults. And then you've got the area for the toddlers, which is a pirate ship. A huge barrel will dump water upon the youngsters on a regular schedule. It was cool on this particular morning. It was a beautiful morning, but you can see not a lot of people yet in the pool. The water slide, as I said, very well themed. When we were there with my three boys, they love spending time at the pool, which any veteran Disney goer knows that theme parks are morning and nights. You bring the kids back to the room in the afternoon, let them go to the pool, let them rest up, let mom and dad rest up, and you go back at night. You can see the Skyliner in the background. We're going to take a trip on that in a little bit. Now, aside from this beautiful pool, which is at the main lobby area, Port Royale, each individual area has their own pool. I used to refer to them as the quiet pools, but at the Caribbean, you have a number of areas that have been named, and the resort has various color changes for the rooms in those particular areas. You have Jamaica, St. Lucia, Aruba, Turks and Caicos, Barbados, Dominican Republic, sure I mispronounced one of those wrong. My favorite is Jamaica, and we're going to take you for a little stroll through Jamaica. There's where you can get something to eat, have an adult beverage if you choose. The Banana Cabana. And I believe that's open till 10 o'clock at night. There's the Riviera in the background. That's one of the Disney Vacation Club areas, one of the nicer ones. Now, this is one of the reasons why I really enjoy the Caribbean resort, because you're surrounded by water and palm trees. It's very much tropical. It's very much Florida. There's wildlife to see. We've seen plenty of turtles and fish and ducks and water birds. Just gorgeous. And I really like the island that you cross over, Caribbean Cay. They've got an area for youngsters over here as well. We'll show you some of that a little later on. This is a great spot in the morning to come with your coffee, with your pastry. You can take a side route and sit very close to the water itself as the sun rises on the resort. Just gorgeous. You often see turtles up there on that little mini island, sunning themselves. I said it was cool on this morning, so not too many turtles were out at that time of day. If you take a little detour in here, there's a couple spots where you can sit and relax in some strategically placed chairs under gazebos. You can be out of the sun if you choose, overlook this beautiful lake. There goes a fishing boat out. You can rent the boat. The guides will take you out fishing. They know where all the hot spots are. You also see some very pretty flowers amongst the greenery. Isn't that a great spot? Set your coffee down, sit and relax. It's on the opposite side of that small island from the playground area. So the kids aren't necessarily underfoot on this side. And then this will take you over the bridge to Jamaica, which is where I was staying, this particular visit. Like I said, just a great view. Obviously, there's no swimming allowed. There's a map of the resort. And this is walking through Jamaica. Jamaica is painted yellow. Now, I must caution you, it's almost like a maze at times. You have to really hone in on where your room is and follow the numbers so you don't get mixed up. And yes, I did get mixed up. We've been to this resort a number of times. Like I said, it's definitely my favorite. The reason why I like Jamaica, aside from it's just the yellow colors just pop, but it's closest to the Skyliner, which can take you to either Hollywood Studios. You can go to the other resorts, Pop, Animation, and if you get on the Skyliner on that area, which we'll show you in a bit, you can also go back to Epcot. This is the beach. It's along the lake. Great place to relax. They have hammocks. Kids can dig in the sand. Like I said, no water entry allowed. No need to. You have pools you're able to use, and one thing about staying in these resort areas on this side of the lake, you do have the Skyliner going overhead, so there is some noise from that. Here's one of the pool areas. This is the pool for Jamaica. Plenty of room for families if you don't want to take a walk over to the main pool at Port Royale. But now we're going to take you up to the Skyliner port. Of course, you can always get a Joffrey's coffee before you take your ride. Now you can either get on these and go over to Animation. This right here will take you to Hollywood Studios, and we're going to take you for a little trip.
Ladies, gentlemen, and islanders of all ages, welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Now, the one thing I realized on my very first trip on the Skyliner is it's tough to record because you'll definitely get a reflection back in the camera. But I figured that out, and now we're going to take the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios. It was a rather windy day, but surprisingly, the gondolas do not sway. They're heavy enough to pretty much resist much of the wind there in Florida. And this also shows you the proximity to Hollywood Studios, which is basically hidden by a line of trees and a roadway, but you're not that far. The Skyliner is really convenient. To me, it's so superior to the buses. The buses, to me, have become very problematic. There's so many scooters now. There's so many people that have chosen to either use a scooter because it's convenient or use a scooter because it's physically necessary. As you know, the bus driver has to get out, load the scooter first. No one else is allowed on the bus until that scooter is securely fastened. And then when it's time to disembark, has to unhook the scooter and get the scooter off the bus. And taking a bus from the resort to the theme parks or the resort to Disney Springs especially can take much longer than one would think, considering how close in proximity they are to each other. So we're coming in now to Hollywood Studios. Looks like you're going to crash, but you don't. Now we're going to get right back on. So we're going to get right back on. It really is a pleasurable ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney Hollywood Studios. We are on our way to the Disney Caribbean Beach Resort.
So we were actually here several times while they were constructing the skyline. Not sure what it was going to be at the time. Everybody talked about it being gondolas or however you want to pronounce it. But it's really become second only to the monorail as far as a means of transportation. It's a lot of fun, especially if you got kids inside, be able to see the view of the
In just
various parks.
we will be traveling over the headwaters of the Everglades.
And they talk about the Everglades, the headwaters, the swamp, really. But they Disney it up. I like that.
So now we're back on the mainland. We're going to cross over to the Caribbean Cay, which is that island that we went over earlier. I'm going to show you the playground area for the youngsters. There's a Riviera. Really pretty at night as well, all lit up. Okay, let's take a walk to the playground area. This is a great area for the kids. Again, beautifully themed. Up here you find which looks like a fort wall with some cannons. Kids can pretend that they're protecting the mainland. And there you have some recreational playground you can climb. Right here is where at night they show movies for the kids. You can sit and relax with your kids right there, and they have a big screen goes up and they'll run a feature film. Now we're going to head back over to Port Royale and let you enjoy the scenery. And that's going to wrap up our tour of the Caribbean Beach Resort, one of my favorites, and if you've not stayed there, I'm sure it'll be one of yours.